everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to discuss top 10 Power BI DAX based interview questions. These are very commonly asked questions. If not exactly, some variations of it will be definitely asked in your next interview. Okay, at least 2 3 questions you can expect in your interview. So let's start with first question. Okay, so the first question is create a column chart which shows number of employees in each age group and sort it based on age group in logical order. Okay, so there are two things. One is we have to get the number of employees and then sort it. So let me show you the employee table. So this is my employee table. It has employee ID, employee age, and the age group. So we have four different age groups under 18, and then we have 18 to 30, and then we have 31 to 50, and then above 50, right? So getting number of employees for each age group is a simple thing, right? But second thing is tricky. So let's see how we can do it. So let's get number of employees in each age group first. So this is my age group, right? Let's create a column chart. So this is my column chart. Okay. Now I need number of employees first. So what I will do, I will create a new measure and say number of employees equal to count rows. So it will give me count of rows. It is kind of count star, you can say, in SQL, right? Count rows from which table? From employee table. Okay, so if I just take this, I am getting the right number of employees. So in under 18 we have 4 employees, in 31 to 50 we have 3 employees, and then we have 2 employees, and then we have 1 employee, which is correct. Now, the only problem here is we want that it should be sorted based on age group in logical order, right? Currently, the maximum value group is coming first. So, if there are 4 employees, it is coming first. It is because by default, if you see, it is sorted based on number of employees. So, whichever group has more number of employees coming first. Let's say I want to do it on age group. Also, it is in descending order. So I want to do it in age group, right? So now age group, let's do it in ascending order. Ascending order. Now what we are seeing 18 to 30 first, 31 to 50 next, then above 50 and then under 18. Again, it is wrong because it should be under 18 first, 18 to 30 second, and then 31 to 50 third, and then above 54. So that custom order kind of thing we need in this, right? So directly we cannot achieve it. So what we will do, we will go here, we will go to transform data, right? We will go to the power query, right? And on employee table we will create a new column, right? This column will be a based on this column will be a based on the age group, right? So what we will do, add column, conditional column we will add, right? And I will say that group sort, let's call it group sort, right? And column name will be age group equals to, now if it is equal to under 18, then we will call it as 1. The value will be 1, right? One more, I will say age group, if it is equal to 18 to 30, right? Because this is the sort order we will use, I will say 2, right? One more, if the age group is equal to 31 to 50, right? This is my third one, then 3, and for above 50 I will say 4. So by default it will be else condition, it will go and will say 4. Okay, so if you see, 31 to 50 is 3, under 18 is 1, above 50 is 4, and 18 to 30 is 2. Perfect, right? So I will go back, close and apply, and if I go here in the table view, so if I go to the table view, we have this column, right? So I want to sort it based on this column. So what I will do, I will go back here, right? Click on my age group, right? And say sort by. Now in sort by, I will use this column, new column, group sort. So data will be sorted on this. And this is logical because under 18 is 1 and this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4, right? So this is how we were able to sort it. Now from here we cannot do it because it shows only the columns which are there in the chart, right? So in this chart we have only two columns, the age group and number of employees. But what we want to sort on a third column which is not there in this chart. So we have to click on that column which we want to sort, right? So which we want to sort, and then say sort by column, and whichever column we want, right? So this is how it works. Great. Let's move on to the next question. In this question, what we need to do is we need to write a DAX formula to calculate year to today sales, right? Now we have to find year to today. So for example, I'm recording this video on 19th of December, so which means I need all the sales from January 1st, 2024 till today's date, right? So if you look at this data for 2024 only, right? I have all the sales from 1st Jan till 31st December 2024. Okay, I'm using, by the way, orders data in this. So I have the orders data where we have order ID, order date, all these things, and I have created a calendar table as well. And I have created a relationship between order date and date so that we can derive the time intelligence DAX functions. Okay, so let's get back to the question. So what I want all the sales till 19 December, which is till here, right? So total sales is 153, and we should not have these three sales when I calculate total YTD because I want till today. Okay, so what we will do, let's create a KPI card, okay, and put total sales in this. So this is showing me 153.47, which is total 2024 sales. In this, I want to see only the sales till today, which means we should not see these three sales, right? So let's see how we can solve this. So what we will do, we will create a new measure, right? Let's call it YTD sales, and I will say calculate total sales, and then we will put filter. So what filter I want year to date, dates year to date filter, right, based on date. So I have a calendar table, sorry, calendar date. Okay, so this is fine, right? So let's see how it works. So I'll just close it, and instead of total sales I'm taking YTD. This YTD also shows me the same sales, because what YTD is doing, YTD is saying till this date give me all the sales, till this date give me all the sales, right? So it is kind of calculating all the sales. We are not telling where to stop. We have never told that stop at today's date, right? So from starting from the day one year to date, all the dates it is giving till 31st December, right? So it is giving value for each of the date, not stopping here. To stop it here, what we need to do, we will say, we will put one more filter, and we will say the date, the calendar date should be less than or equal to today, right? So calendar date should not go beyond today. So if I just press this now, now if you see it says 148.40k, right? Now it is perfectly working. If I take YTD here, here also you see these three values are not coming. Why? Because we are saying that stop at calendar date less than equal to today, right? So this is how it is working, and we are getting the right value. Great. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, how would you show the dynamic title on a chart based on a slicer filter, right? So this is my total sales by category, right? So if I just click on this year, it will give me 2021 sales. Similarly, if I choose 2022, that sales. What I want is, if I click on any year, it should show a title that this is the sales for 2023. This is the sales for 2024, right? First of all, I need to enable the title. There is no title coming for this chart. So let's go here and go to general, title, and let's say total sales, right? Category wise sales or whatever. Okay, so it is showing me total sales now, which is fixed thing. We have not done anything dynamic, right? So what I will do now, I want to make it dynamic. So for that, if you see, there is a function here we can choose, right? So I can use a function that based on a field value, you can choose the title instead of this static title, right? So for that, I will have to create a measure. So I will say new measure and will say selected year equal to, right? And I will say selected value of year, right? Okay, so let's say what it will do. Okay, great. So now if I take this column separately, right? And if I select a particular year, right? So it will give me that year. Let me just do this. Okay. So let's convert it to a um, this chart, and it is showing me 2021. So basically whatever I select, it will show that, right? 2023, 2023, 2024, 2024. So this is the dynamic value I have got in this selected year column based on this selected value DAX. Now I will use this column in my dynamic title. So I will go here and visual, right? Go to journal again, title, and let's make it dynamic. So I will say field value based on selected year. Okay. Now if you see, it is getting 2024, 2023, 2022, right? If I want to more customize it, I can just say I can concat, right? So concatenate, and I will say sales for year, right? And this value, right? So if you say, it is saying sales for the year 2023 category wise, sales for the year 2021 category wise, yes, 2024 category wise. So this is how I am able to add dynamic title on my chart, right? Using this selected value. So whatever you select from your slicer, that value will go into this selected value DAX, and that we have assigned to a selected year column, and we are using it as for the dynamic chart title. Great. Let's move on to the question number 5. How can you calculate percentage of total sales for each product category? Right? So this is a very common question, right? So if you have three categories in your data, right? This is your sales category wise. Now what I want a new column which says what is the percentage sales of furniture, which means this sales divided by total sales, right? Now if you see, this is total sales, my DAX, it's simply the sum of order sales. Now because we have a filter context of category, it is calculating by category wise, but somehow I have to get the overall sales here, this value here, and if I get it, then I can do division, this divide by this, right? So let's see how we can do it. I'll say new measure, and let's call it overall sales, right? This I will say calculate, right? Because I need to override the context, so I will use the calculate, and I want the total sales, right? And I will say all rows from the orders table, right? So what it will do, it will not filter at the furniture, office supply and technology level, right? It will say from all orders, all the rows from orders table give me the total sales, so it will override the context. So if I just do this overall sales, sorry, my bad, overall sales. So if you see, we are getting the same value here, 497, 497, 497, right? Now if I want just percentage, I can just say create new measure and say percent of total equal to, and we can divide it either directly or we can use divide function. So numerator will be my total sales and denominator will be my overall sales, right? So if it is division by 0, then we can say, we can give some alternate results, right? But we won't have anything else like that, so it is okay. So if I take percent of total, this will give me the percent of total, right? I can just convert it to percent, right? So this is my around 25%, 33%, and 41%, overall 100%, right? So this is how you can calculate percent of total. Very common metrics also in your day-to-day work as well. Okay, great. Let's move on to the next question. So the we have again category wise total sales, right? Now the question is how to do conditional formatting for each category, right? So what I want, if I want to color this as green if the sales is greater than 200,000, right? And if it is less than 200,000 I want to color it as red. So furniture and office supplies should be red and this should be green, right? You can have you can have many categorical values as well, like 10 values, right? In our case there are only 3 categories, but let's say you have 10 categories, so you can simply see which are above target, which are below target, and let's say this is your target, right? So something like that. So what we need to do, we will go here and simply say category and say conditional formatting background color, right? You can change either the font color or web url, anything. We will change the background color, right? So in format style there are different options, gradient, rules, field value. So let's go with the rule, and it will be based on total sales, right? Based on the total sales. Okay, so if the total sales value, right, is greater than 0, exact value, right, number not percent, and less than 200,000, so 200,000, then I want to give it red color, right? And if it is greater than 200,000 exact value and less than equal to max value, right? We can say max. Okay, then I want to give it as green, right? So if I just pick green here. Okay, so if it is between 0 and 200,000, it will be red. If it is greater than or equal to 200,000 till max number, whatever, it will be green, right? So if you see, the furniture and office supplies are red based on this, and technology is based on this, right? If you go to total sales, and here also you can add conditional formatting, then the total sales color will change. So this cell values will be colored. Here the category values are colored. So anything is fine. If you want to do on total sales, you can do here conditional formatting and the same thing will happen. Okay, great. Let's go to the question number 7. How would you sort monthly sales chart based on fiscal year? Right? So this is a very interesting question, right? So generally, let's create a line chart first. I'll tell you what's the issue here. Okay. So let's go and create a line chart, right? And line chart, what I want the month wise sales and the month wise sales, basically nothing else, right? So I'll go to calendar, I'll say month name, right, and total sales. Okay, great. So it shows me total sales by month name. So this is Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June, July, which is fine, right? Perfectly fine. Now my problem is I want to see this sales by the fiscal year, which means the April should come first, then May, then June, and so on. December, then January, February, March, right? So I want to change this order. Okay. So how do I do it? So if I go here, I do sort axis. So there are two options, month name and month sales. So currently it is sorted by what? So if I just click here, and currently it is sorted by month column. So let's do by month name first. So if I do first by month name, it is doing an alphabetical order. See, April, August, December, February, right? So this is an alphabetical order, which is not correct, right? So I don't want that. What I want that it should be sorted by month, right? Which is a numeric value. So if I go here and go to the calendar column, it is by month, right? Month is a numeric number. Month is 1 for January, and for December it will be 12, right? So if I sort by that, it is perfectly fine, right? But how do I start from April instead of Jan, right? So let's see what we can do. I'll go here and say calendar table, new column, right? And I will say it physical month, right? And in fiscal month, what I will do, so what I want, so if it is 4, right? So if the month is 4, which is April, right, I want to subtract 3, right? So let's see what will happen. So if you see, everything till March has become negative or 0 because I am doing minus 3. So 3 minus 3 is 0. But from April it is fine. April is 1 and December will be 9. December was 12 and this is 9, right? December is 9, which is correct, right? Which is good. But the problem is this is negative. The Jan, Feb, March should become 10, 11, 12, right? From April to December, we have 1 to 9, right? Because I have done minus 3 in the month. But for these, I want to add plus 9, right? So I will say if this value is less than or equal to 0, right? Then if it is negative, then what I want, I am saying add 9 in the month. So 1 will become 10, 2 will become 11 and 3 will become 12. Otherwise, give me this value itself if it is not negative, right? Now if you see Jan has become 10, which is perfect, right? Feb has become 11, which is again perfect. March has become 12 and then starting from April. Now we can sort based on fiscal month. So if I go here, right, and choose the month name and I will say sort by fiscal month. Right now it is perfect. See, April, May, June, July, August, and then Jan, Feb, March, right? So if you want to do a custom sorting, you will have always have to create a new column, right? Because in the first question also, if you see, we created a new column for custom sort, right? Here also we created a new column for the custom sort. Sorry, not this one, not this one, this one, right? So this is how you will do it. Great. Let's move on to the question number 8. And question number 8, the question is how would you dynamically find top end products in each category based on sales, right? So I have category and different products, right? Like 10, 10 products. I want top end products in each category based on sales. It can be top 5, top 3, whatever, right? So it is currently sorted based on category. I will press shift and then it will be sorted on total sales as well. So it is double sort if you want to do by category and then total sales. So in furniture I have these my top products, right? So let's say first I want to find top 5, then I will say how we can do it dynamically, right, based on users input. So if I have to find top 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these are my top 5 products in furniture, and similarly in office supply these are my top 5 products based on the total sales. So let's solve this top 5 first and then we will see how we can dynamically do it. So go here, new measure, and I will drive a rank. So let's call it rank. Now I will say rank X. Okay, rank X. Now which table? Orders table, obviously. Expression based on sales, total sales, right? In the descending order by default. Right, let's see what happens. So I will take rank here. Sorry, I will take rank here. Okay, so it is giving me rank 11111 because it is working on the current filter context. So for each row, it is separately calculating the rank, right? But what I want within each category, all the products it should consider, not just individual product, right? So when it is ranking, it should rank on all the products within a category. So what I will say, all products, right? Consider all products within a category. So category filter context is still valid, but for product, it will consider all the product within that category. So if you see 1, 2, 3, now we have got the rank, right? Similarly for office supplies, we have rank starting from 1, right? Because the filter context category is still there, but for product, we have overwritten the filter context by using all function, right? So this is fine now. So I have got the perfect rank. Now what I will do, I'll create another column and I will say top sales, right? Let's say top sales, and I will say if my rank is less than or equal to 5, we are hard coding 5, then give me total sales, otherwise blank. Or you can just leave as it is, which is also fine. By default, it will be blank. Okay, let's take top sales now in the view. Okay, so if you see, I am seeing sales only for top five. Again, for office supplies, top five, again this. Right? If I just want to see the top products, not other products, so I can remove other columns. So I can remove total sales and rank, all these measures. So I'll remove rank and I will remove total sales. Right? So what happens in Power BI? If the value is blank by default, it will not give you those rows. Right? So for these two dimension combination, the top sales was blank, so it is not showing you, but you can enable it, which is fine, right? So this is fine. We got the top five products in each category, 345, 345. But I want to make it dynamic now, right? So how do I make dynamic? So there are multiple ways. One simple way is go to modeling, create new parameter. I want to give a numeric range, right? Let's call it top n, whole number, minimum 1, top 1, or increment of 1, which is fine, and maximum till 5, let's say, right? And default value is fine, 5, which is okay. So now if you see, we have got a slicer, right? I can pass any value, and here also I have got one table, top n, right? So if I just say 1, it will be 1, right? If I say 2, it will be 2, but we are not using it currently, right? You can change this 3, 4, 5, right? So I have to do one thing, just right. I have to go to the top sales. Instead of this hard coded value, I will say, let me just make some space. Okay. Instead of hard coded value, I will say top and value. Right. That's it. That's the only change we have to do. Right. So if I just do this, so values 5, it is giving me top 5. If I say 2, it is giving me top 2 in each category, right? If I say 1, it will give me top 1 in each category, right? And 3, then 3, whatever you choose, right? So this is now dynamic. User can choose how many they want in each category and you will get it. Okay? Okay, let's move on to the next question. The next question is create a KPI chart to show last 3 months sales, right? Only the last 3 months sales I want. So this is my overall sales of my orders data. I have just taken the total sales, right? Let's see how we can calculate the last 3 months sales. So let's call it last 3 months equal to, and I will say calculate, right? Calculate what? Total sales, obviously. Okay. Now I will say dates in period, right? So I want last 3 months sales. Which date? I have to consider the calendar date, right? Start date will be my max date. So I will go backwards 3 months. So I will say max of whatever max date you have in your data set, right? So I'll say max of max of date, right? So max of date will be obviously current month, because we cannot have future month sales, right? So max of sales will be my current month sale, right? So I will say date. Okay, great. Number of intervals, I want to go back 3 months, right? And based on what month? I want to go back 3 months. If I want 3 day sale, I can say -3 day or -3 whatever year, whatever you want. I want last 3 months sales, right? So I just select this and I want last 3 months sales. So if you see, it is around 64K. Let's validate this number in the Excel, right? So I have this data in Excel. Let's put a filter and we are in 2024, right? Let's take only last 3 months sales, which is December, November, October. I'm recording this on December 2024, right? So if you see total sales, it shows 64166, right? And that is the same number, 64166. It is rounding off, right? Okay, great. Let's move on to the last question. Okay, so this question is should come from you. Whatever commonly asked question you have encountered in your interview journey in your career, please let me know in the comment section. I will create more videos on those interview questions on my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Please like the video. Have a great day.